Breezy Otterson and her boyfriend Riley Powell were murdered in December. Rose Martinez was murdered last week. Utah's U.S. attorney says that all three Utahns would still be alive if their suspected killers hadn't been granted early release from prison. News 4 Utah's Marcus Ortiz reports and explains what happened and why.
The federal prosecutor thought these two men would be in prison for a very long time, but a recent Supreme Court ruling allowed them to get out of prison early, and now these two men are accused of killing three people.
Because of a technical ruling by the Supreme Court, these two offenders were released early. They should still be in federal prison. If they were still in federal prison, three people would be alive.
Jared Baum was sent to federal prison as a career criminal. He wasn't supposed to be released until 2020. And Abe Martinez was supposed to be in prison until 2021 for several crimes, including drug dealing. But a U.S. Supreme Court ruling in 2015 allowed early release for certain prisoners like Martinez and Baum. A month after Martinez walked away from a halfway house, he was accused of murdering his grandmother and injuring her husband. Martinez was shot and killed by police during the standoff.
A week ago Sunday, it was so frustrating for me to hear that Abe Martinez shot and killed his grandmother.
Baum got out early, too. 2 years after his release, he's accused of murdering Breezy Otterson and Riley Powell. Their families feel the justice system failed them.
There's been an injustice brought on for these kids, and their lives could have been saved. And for the other individual that lost their life due to this early release program.
The federal prosecutor says it's not their job to change the law. He says it's up to Congress to make those changes. In Salt Lake City, Marcus Ortiz, News 4 Utah.
By the way, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the language defining what kind of crime qualifies for early release is just too vague. The U.S. Attorney says the Department of Justice is aware of this problem and is working with Congress to change the law.